We begin as strangers, and as strangers often do, we get to know each other. It is often said that the first impression is the most important. But sometimes the person with the worst first impression ends up being the better person. Here, we turn two strangers to find out what a true lady or gentleman looks like.
Well, Greg, I think that's the whole show.
It really was amazing. I haven't taken half of it in now.
Would you like to go over any of it again?
No, thank you, not right now. I'm quite done up for this morning.
Tired of listening to sounds?
Yes, it's a fearful strain. I rather fancy myself because it's about 24 distinct vowel sounds, which are 130 beat me. There are a bit of difference between most of them.
But Pickering, that comes with practice. You hear no difference at first, but you keep on listening, presently you'll find there's differences A from B. What's the matter?
A young woman wants to see you, sir.
A young woman? What does she want?
She's quite a common girl, sir, very common indeed. I should have sent her away, and I thought perhaps you want to shop into one of your machines. I hope I've not done wrong, sir. I don't really see such queer people sometimes. If you'll excuse me, sir. Sure.
Oh, no, that's quite all right, Mrs. Pierce. Has she an interesting accent?
Oh, something dreadful, sir, really. Don't understand how you can take any interest in it.
Let's have her on. Sure, Mrs. Pierce.
Very well, it's for you to say.
You know, Pickering, this is rather a bit of luck. I'll show you how I make records. We'll set the talking and I'll take it down first in Belle's visible speech. And then in broad Romic, and then you can set her on the phonograph. You can turn her on as often as you like with the written transcript before you.
This is the young one, sir.
Why, this is the girl I jotted down last night. Please, no use. I've got all the records I want of the lights and grove lingo, and I'm not going to waste another cylinder on it. Be off with you, I don't want you.
I think you're being so saucy, you ain't voted when I come for you. Did you tell him I came in a taxi?
Nonsense, girl. What do you think a gentleman like Mr. Higgins cares about what you came in?
Oh, we are proud. Well, he ain't about being lessons, not him. I had him say so. Well, I ain't here to ask for any compliment, but if my money's not good enough, I can go elsewhere.
Good enough for what?
Good enough for you! Oh, you know, don't you? I'm putting down lessons, I am, and pay them too, make no mistake.
What do you expect me to say to you?
Well, if you was a gentleman, you might ask me to sit down, I think. Don't I tell you I bring you business?
Pickering, shall we ask this baggage to sit down? Shall we throw her out the window?
Oh, I'll be called a baggage when I've offered to pay like any lady!
What is it you want, my girl?
I want to be a lady in a flower shop that's selling at the corner of Tottenham Road. But they won't take me unless I can talk more genteel. He said he could teach me, and here I am, not asking any favour, and he'd treat me if I was dirt.
Nonsense. What do you think a common girl like you can afford to pay Mr. Higgins?
Well, why shouldn't I? I know what lessons cost as well as you do, and I'm ready to pay.
Well, how much?
Now you're talking. I knew you'd come off of it when you saw Chester getting back and chucked to me last night. You would drop in, didn't you?
Sit down.
Well, if you can make a compliment.
Sit down!
Sit down, girl. Do as you're told.
Won't you sit down?
Don't mind if you.
What's your name?
Liza Doolittle.
Liza Doolittle, Liza. You know, they're all the same anyways. Let's get back to business. How much do you propose to pay me for the lessons?
Oh, I know it's right. A lady friend of mine was friends with me for 16 pence from a real French gentleman. And you wouldn't know the face that don't make you tell me to make a sentence. The same, what did you know your own language? It'd be crazy. Now, so I will be paying more than a shilling. Take it or leave it.
You know, Pickering. You consider a shilling not as a simple shilling, but as a percentage of this girl's income. It works out as fully equivalent to 60 or 70 guineas from a millionaire.
How so?
Figure it out. A millionaire earns about £150 per day. She earns about half a crown.
Who told you I only...
She offers me 2/5 of a day's income for a lesson. 2/5 of a millionaire's income would be about €60. It's handsome. Oh, by George, it's enormous. It's the biggest offer I've ever had.
£60? What is it? £60? I don't even have £60. I don't even
Hold your tongue, girl.
What? £60?
Don't cry, you silly girl. Sit down. Nobody's going to touch your money.
Somebody's going to touch you with a broomstick if you don't stop sniveling. Sit down.
Oh, what would think he was my father?
If I decide to teach you, I'll be worse than two fathers to you. Here.
What was that for?
To wipe your eyes. To wipe any part of your face that feels moist. Remember, this is your handkerchief, and that's your sleeve. Don't mistake one for the other if you wish to become a lady in a shop.
It's no use talking to her like that, Mr. Higgins. She doesn't understand you. Besides, she doesn't do it that way at all.
Here, you give me the handkerchief and give it to me, not you!
He did. I think it must be regarded as her property, Mrs. Pierce.
Serve you right, Mr. Higgins.
Higgins, I'm interested. What about going back to the garden party? Also, you're the greatest teacher alive to make that good. I bet you all the expenses of the experiment you can't do it. And I'll pay for the lessons.
Oh, you are real good. Take the curtain.
Oh, it's almost irresistible. She's so deliciously low, so horribly dirty.
Hey, I ain't dirty. I washed my hands and face before I cut. I did.
You're certainly not going to turn her head with flattery, Higgins.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, sir. There's certainly more than one way to turn a girl's head, and nobody does it better than Mr. Higgins, though he may not always mean it. I do hope you don't encourage him to do anything foolish, sir.
What is life but a series of inspired follies? The difficulty is to find them to do. Never miss the chance, it doesn't come every day. I shall make a duchess out of this dragon-tailed gutter snipe.
Ow!
Yes, 6 months and 3 if she has a good ear and a quick tongue. I'll pass her off as anything. Take her anywhere. We'll start here, now, this moment. Take her away and clean her, Mrs. Pierce. Monkey brown just won't come off any other way. Is there good fire in the kitchen?
Yes, but...
We'll take all the clothes off and burn them. Ring up Whiteley or somebody for new ones. Wrap her up in brown paper till they come.
No! You really are a brute. I'm not going anywhere. You can't do anything to me.
You foolish girl. This is... I offer to take you in all...
You know, I've got no place to put her.
No. Put her in the dustbin.
Ow!
Reasonable.
Yes, do be reasonable, sir.
My dear Mrs. Pierce, my dear Pickering, I never had the slightest intention of walking over anybody. All I offer is that you be kind to this poor girl and help set her up for a new situation in life. If I did not make that myself clear, it's because I did not wish to hurt her delicacy or yours.
Well, did you ever hear anything like that, sir?
Never, Mrs. Pierce. Never.
What's the matter now?
The matter is, you can't take the girl as if you're picking up a pebble off the beach.
Well, why not?
Why not? You don't know anything about her. Look at her parents. She may be married.
Yeah.
As the girl very properly says, gone. Married indeed. Don't you know a woman of that class looks a worn-out drudge of 50 a year after she's married?
No, who would marry me?
By George, Eliza, the streets will be strewn with the bodies of men shooting themselves for your sake by the time I'm done with you.
Nonsense, sir. You mustn't talk to her like that.
I'm going away. He's off his jumping and I don't want to bore me too.
Oh, indeed, mad am I? Very well. You needn't order the new clothes for her. Throw her out!
No, you have no right to touch me.
Now you see what comes of being saucy. This way, please.
I didn't want no clothes. I wouldn't have taken them. You can buy my own clothes.
You are an ungrateful, wicked girl! This is my return for offering to take you out of the gutter, dress you beautifully, and make a lady out of you.
Stop, Miss Higgins. I'm not allowed. It is you who are wicked. Go home to your parents, girl, and tell them to take her to care of you.
I ain't got no parents. They threw me out when I was young and said I was good enough to go on my own.
Who is your mother?
Well, I ain't got no mother. Her that threw me out was my 6th stepmother. But I done without them, and I'm a good girl I am.
Very well then. What on earth is all this fuss about? The girl doesn't belong to anybody, it's no use to anybody. But me. The daughter, Mrs. Pierce. I'm sure a daughter would be a great amusement to you. Now, go on, take her downstairs and...
What is to become of her? And is she paid any wages? Do be sensible, sir.
Pay her whatever's necessary, put it down in the housekeeping book. What will the girl want with money anyway? She's got her clothes. She'll only drink if you give her money.
You are a brute! It's a lie! Nobody ever saw a looker on me!
Does it occur to you, Higgins, that the girl has some feelings?
No, I don't think so. Not any feelings that we need. Have you, Eliza?
Got my feelings, same as anybody else.
You see the difficulty?
What difficulty?
To get her to talk grammar, the mere pronunciation is easy enough.
Please keep to the point, Mr. Higgins. I want to know what terms the girl is to be here, and is she to be paid anything? And what is to become of her once you're finished with your teaching? You must think ahead of me.
What's to become of her if I leave her in the gutter? Tell me that, Mrs. Pierce.
That is her business, not yours.
Well, when I'm done with her, we can throw her back in the gutter, and then it'll be her business again, so that's all right.
Well, you've no feeling part of you. You don't care for nobody but yourself. You ought to be ashamed, girl, and you ought. I'm going away.
Have some chocolate, Eliza.
Well, how would I know what might be in them? I've had a girl being drowned by the lucky you.
Pledge of good faith. I eat one half, you eat the other.
I wouldn't have ate it. Only you're too ladylike to refuse it.
Eliza, Sit down. I told you so you came in a taxi.
And what if I did? I'm as good as the right to take a taxi as anybody else.
You have, Liza. And in the future, you shall take as many taxi rides as you like. You'll go up and down and around the town in a taxi. Think of that, Liza.
Stop, Mr. Higgins, you're tempting the girl. It's not right. She should think of the future.
At her age, nonsense. Time enough to think of the future when you haven't any future to think of. No. Don't think of your own future. Think of other people's. Think of chocolates and taxis and gold and diamonds.
No! I want no gold or diamonds. I'm a good girl and I am.
You shall remain sober, Liza, under the care of Mrs. Pierce. And you shall marry an officer in the Guards with a beautiful moustache, the son of a marquis, who will disinherit you from him for marrying you, but will relent when he sees your beauty and goodness.
Higgins, I really must interfere. Mrs. Pierce is quite right. If this girl is to put herself in your hands for 6 months for an experiment in teaching, she must understand surely what she's doing.
How can she? She's incapable of understanding anything. Besides, do any of us understand what we're doing? If we did, would we ever do it?
Very clever, Higgins, but not sound sense. Let's do this.
No. That's all you'll ever get out of the life. No use explaining. As a military man, you ought to know that. Give her orders, that's what she wants. And Liza, you are to live here for the next 6 months, learning how to speak beautifully, like a lady in thought shop. If you do good and do whatever you're told, you shall sleep in a proper bedroom, and have lots to eat, and money to buy chocolates and take rides and taxis. If you're naughty and idle, you'll sleep in the back kitchen among the black beetles, and be walloped by Mrs. Pierce with a broomstick. At the end of 6 months, you shall go to Buckingham Palace in a carriage, beautifully dressed. The king finds out you're not a lady, you'll be taken by the police to the Tower of London, where your head will be cut off, as a warning to other presumptuous flower girls. If you're not found out, you shall have the presents of 7 and 6pence to stop like as a lady in the shop. If you refuse this offer, you'll be most ungrateful and wicked, and the angels will weep for you. Now, are you satisfied, Pickering? Can I put it more plainly and fairly, Mrs. Pierce?
I think I better talk to the girl properly and in private. I don't know that I can take charge of her or even consent to the agreement at all. I know you mean her no harm. It's just that when you get what you call interested in other people's accents, you don't seem to think or to care what may happen to them or to you. Come with me, Eliza.
That's all right. Thank you, Mrs. Pierce. Bundle her off to the bathroom.
Oh, you are a brute. I'm not going to any Buckingham Palace, and I don't need to. I've never talked to anybody. I've never gotten into trouble with the police. I'm a good girl. I am.
I don't respond to you. I don't understand potentially. Come with me.
But what I say is right. I don't go to any Buckingham Palace, and I don't owe you nothing, because I never talk to you. I never said a word to you, and if I do, I don't even care, because I don't want to be put upon. I don't like feeling the same as anybody else.
Excuse me, big question. Are you a man of good character, or women are concerned?
Have you ever met a man of good character where women are concerned?
Yes, very often.
Well, I haven't. I find the moment I let a woman make friends with me, she becomes jealous, exacting, suspicious, and a nuisance. I find that the moment I make friends with women, I become selfish and tyrannical. Women upset everything. When you let one of them into your life, you find that they're always driving at one thing and you're driving at another.
What, for example?
Oh, Lord knows. I suppose the woman wants to live her own life, and the man wants to live his. Each tries to drag the other onto the wrong track. One wants to go north, and the other south, and the result is that they both have to go east, even though they both hate the east wind. And here I am, confirmed old bachelor and likely to remain so.
You know what I mean. If I'm to be in this business, I shall feel responsible for that girl. I hope it's to be understood that no advantage is to be taken of her position.
What's that thing? Oh, sacred, I assure you. You see, she'll be a pupil. And teaching will be impossible unless pupils are sacred. I've taught scores of American millionaires how to speak English, the best looking women in the world. And see them. They might as well be blocks of wood. I might as well be a block of wood. Well, Mrs. Pierce, is it all right?
Might I trouble with the words, sir?
Oh, of course, come in. Don't burn that, Mrs. Pierce. I'd like to keep it as a curiosity.
Please be careful with it, sir. I promise not to burn it.
Thank you. Well, what do you have to say to me?
Am I in the way?
Oh, not at all, sir. Mr. Higgins, I think you should be very careful about what you say before the girl.
Oh, of course. I'm always particular about what I say. Why do you say this to me?
No, sir, you're not at all particular when you've gone off about something or you get a little impatient. Now, it doesn't matter before me, I'm used to it. But you really mustn't swear with me.
I swear? I never swear. I detest that habit. What the devil do you mean?
That is exactly what I mean, sir. No, I don't mind your blasting and what the devil and who the devil and where the devil.
Mrs. Pierce, this language from your lips, really.
But there is one word that I must ask you not to repeat before the girl. She said it herself because the bath was too hot. Begins with the same letter as bath.
I cannot recall myself to have ever uttered it, Mrs. Pierce. Except, perhaps in a moment of extreme and justifiable excitement.
Just this morning you applied it to your boots, the butter, and the brown
Oh,
dress.
Mrs. Pierce, that alliteration, natural to a poet.
Or whatever you call it, I beg you not to let me hear you repeat it.
Oh, very well, very well. Is that all?
No, sir. We shall have to be very particular with this girl as to personal cleanliness.
Certainly. Quite right, most important.
And I mean not to be slovenly about your dress, or being messy and laying things about.
Oh, just so. I intended to call your attention to that. It is these little things that matter, Pickering. Take care of the pence and the pounds will take care of themselves. It's as true as personal habits as of money.
Yes, sir. Then might I ask you not to come down to breakfast in your dressing gown, or at any rate not to use it as a napkin to the extent you do, sir. And might you not eat everything off the same plate? Oh, and don't put the porridge pan down on the clean tablecloth. I think it would set a better example for the girl.
I may do these things sometimes in absence of mind, but I surely don't do them habitually. By the way, my dressing gown smells most horribly of benzine.
No doubt it does, sir.
Very well. Very well. Wipe them in my hair in the future. I'm not offended. I'll make that clear.
Good. I do hope you're not offended.
I shall be particularly careful before the girl. Is that all?
No, sir. Might she use one of those Chinese dresses that you bought from the shop from abroad?
Certainly. Anything you like. Is that all?
Yes, sir. That's all. Thank you.
You know, Pickering, this woman has the most extraordinary ideas about you. Here I am, a shy, diffident sort of man. Never been able to feel really grown up like other chaps. And yet she's firmly persuaded that I'm an arbitrary, overbearing, boss and kind of person. Can't account for it.